We are in an engineering and construction company in oil and gas sector which executes mega project on contract basis. The project is severely behind schedule and the client isn't happy. Client has asked to form a task force team to identify the showstoppers and find solutions. Some of the problems faced by the contractor's project manager: there are conflicts between discipline engineers, difficulty in identifying the responsible people. What we intend to show in this film: how the project manager defends himself and his company from the various accusations made by the client, how he rectifies the conflict between his team members, how he deals with the disobliging team member. Let's find out how he does this.
Okay, good morning and welcome everyone on the first meeting of the task force of the field extension project. We're here to discuss the main reasons why we're behind schedule. The next deadline is in 6 months, so we'll start with introducing ourselves, and I'll start myself. I'm Alexander van Kerkhoven. I'm the project manager of the client side.
Okay, I'm Christina. I'm the project engineer from the client side.
I am Andres and I am the project manager from the contractor side.
I'm Gaurav Vishwanathan and I'm the construction engineer from the contractor side.
Hi, I'm Cecilia Bergman. I'm the planning engineer from the construction side.
Hey, I am Esteban Cardona. I am the piping and structural engineer from the contractor side.
Mr. Andres, the project should have been finished 1.5 years ago, but since then you rescheduled 3 to 4 times. This shows a lack of management. You're not allocating the right people or spending enough resources on this project. If the project was finished on time, we could have pumped up oil at a price of $115, but now it's down to $50. This is a big problem for our company.
So with all due respect, let me tell you that myself and our management have always worked in the best interest of the project and always treated this project with top priority. It is not fair to blame the contractor alone for the project delay. You must acknowledge that the scope of work and project specs were changed several times. The engineering details that were available at the time of bidding and what we develop now has completely changed. We have exceeded our budget and we are still waiting for the variation orders to be approved by you. So let's not use this forum to discuss the pending variation orders. Let's stick to the agenda. Cecilia, could you please start explaining the project progress and the areas of concern from the last weekly progress report?
Of course. Okay, so this is how we are now. We have engineer at 80% concluded, procurement at 70% and construction at 45%. We have two major concerns right now. One is the drawing that I issued for construction. They keep getting revised without any control, resulting site reworks, which is hampering the construction progress. The other concern is in the procurement. Some of the major equipment and packages are severely delayed. Some of the major construction activity cannot be completed without these items.
Okay, people, so the drawings issue is something we have been highlighting for the past 6 months. Until now, the situation is just staying the same. So we had agreed to approve minor changes by using site query sheets, and this will be incorporated as SAS-built drawings at the end, as we have talked. So that construction won't stop for revision of drawings. But we don't see this is actually working, so what is going on?
Well, we've been issuing a request for the site query sheet, and on a timely basis we've wanted to do that, but unfortunately we have more than 100 requests still pending in just the last 2 weeks.
Okay, it is not a good engineer practice to prepare so many site query sheets in first place and later on incorporating in a drawing. In fact, a lot of requests doesn't need the site query sheets. These are basically site adjustments which are internationally accepted, with international standards. But the problem is that the client representative is not accepting this practice.
Which international standards are you talking about? We want you to follow all the specifications as detailed in the contract, and that does not allow any site adjustment with proper documentations. Your engineers does not understand the seriousness of the situation. I feel there is a lack of communication between them.
Well, I agree that there is some miscommunication in this case. I propose that our piping and structural engineer would be stationed at the construction site for 3 days in a week. During this time, he can visualize the actual situation, prepare the SQS, and issue the same for the client's approval. This should speed up the process. And at the same time, we would like to remind you that there are more than 50 SQS pending for client approval.
Okay, we will look into it. Regarding procurement, I have spoken to the vendors and they haven't received any engineering input from the contractor. So I understood that there are some contractual issues and pending payments.
We have clearly informed the procurement department that those engineering inputs are to be developed by the vendor themselves. Those are to be included in their scope. This issue has to be dealt with contractually.
By the way, where's your procurement engineer? And why isn't he not in the meeting?
Sorry man, I was stuck in the traffic and sorry for my late.
Okay, finally you're here. We understand that there are some critical contractual and payment issues which are to be solved with the vendor. What is the status?
There is no major issues and also I am not responsible for the contextual issues.
Seriously, do you want me to read you all the emails that I sent to you so maybe you will remember something? Also, who is the responsible of the contract if you are not?
Now, we do have people in charge to deal with these issues. We will revert with target dates for procurement deliverables before the next task force meeting. Kindly bear with us. As far as engineering delays are concerned, we have clearly way ahead now. Now, is there anything else you would like to discuss?
Okay, thank you all, that's all, and I hope you stick to the promises you made.
Well, thank you. Reggie, hold on a second, I need to talk to you. Wait. So I had a call from the vendor today regarding the pending payment. It turns out we have 2 pending invoices with them.
Yes, we are going to process it today.
Okay, so I would like to see them.
Yes, this is the 2 invoices we have.
Okay, so you had this from over a month and you haven't done anything with this?
Yes, we are in the process. We are doing it and it will be done.
And regarding the contracts, how can you shy away from your responsibility? You know there is no separate contract engineer for this kind of things. So initiate the payment immediately. You have exactly 3 days to get this done. I'll keep following up with you to check on the update.
Yes sir, I will do it as early as possible.
And remember, this kind of easygoing attitude will not be tolerated again. Is that clear?
Yes sir, this is clear.
Okay.